I knew something was wrong the moment the GPS lost signal. 1 second, the map was guiding me through a long, empty highway. The next, the screen just said, "No service." And that wouldn't have been strange if I was deep in the mountains. But I wasn't. I was on a normal highway, only 2 hours away from the city. That's when I saw the sign. A rusted metal board standing on the side of the road. The headlights of my car illuminated it just enough for me to read the words. "Welcome to Ashwood. Population 0. I slowed down immediately. Population 0. What kind of town has a population of 0? At first I thought it was a joke. Or maybe an abandoned place. But then I noticed something strange. The road going into the town had fresh tire marks. Someone had driven there recently. And for some reason I can't explain, I turned the car toward it. The road into Ashwood was narrow. Too narrow for a normal highway entrance. Trees surrounded both sides, tall and dark like they were blocking the sky. My headlights barely reached beyond 20 feet. And the deeper I drove, the quieter everything became. No insects, no wind, not even the sound of animals. Just my engine, and the tires rolling slowly over cracked asphalt. After about 2 minutes, the road opened into what looked like a small town square. There were buildings, a gas station, a diner, a grocery store, streetlights glowing softly in the fog. But something felt completely wrong, because the town looked perfectly clean. No broken windows, no abandoned cars, no decay. It looked like people still lived there. But I couldn't see anyone. I parked my car near the diner. The engine shut off with a soft click, and immediately the silence became overwhelming. You know that kind of silence where you can hear your own breathing? That kind. I stepped out of the car. The cold air hit my face instantly. The streetlights flickered slightly above me. And that's when I heard something. Footsteps, not mine. Somewhere down the street, slow, soft, like someone walking across gravel. I turned toward the sound, but the street was empty, just buildings and fog. Then I heard it again. 3 footsteps, then silence, like whoever it was had stopped moving, like they knew I was listening. I tried to calm myself down. Maybe someone lived here after all. Maybe it was just a small town that wasn't on the map. Still, something about the place felt wrong. I walked toward the diner. The neon sign outside still glowed red. Open. The door creaked as I pushed it. Inside, the lights were on. The kitchen looked clean. Plates were stacked neatly on the counter. Coffee cups sat on the tables. And one of them still had steam rising from it, like someone had just poured it minutes ago. But there was no one there. No cook. No customers. Nothing. Then I noticed the clock on the wall. It read 2:17 a.m., and it wasn't moving. The second hand was completely still. That's when I heard the radio, a quiet crackling sound from behind the counter. I walked over slowly. The radio was an old one, the kind with the spinning dial. Static filled the room, and then suddenly, a voice came through. Very faint, almost like a whisper. It said, "You shouldn't be here." I froze. The voice continued, "People who enter Ashwood, don't leave." The radio cut back to static, and right at that moment, I heard the diner door open behind me. I turned around quickly. The door was slowly closing, but no one had walked in. At least, no one I could see. But the bell above the door was still ringing, like someone had just passed through. My heart started racing, because suddenly I realized something. There were footprints on the floor, wet footprints, leading from the entrance, across the diner, straight toward me. But there was no person making them. Each footprint appeared one by one, like someone invisible was walking closer. Step, 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 closer, 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 until the final footprint appeared, right in front of my feet. And then the whisper came again, right beside my ear. "You saw the sign." I ran. I didn't care about anything else. I pushed the diner door open and sprinted back to my car. The streetlights flickered violently now. For a second, I thought I saw figures standing in the fog, dozens of them, just watching, not moving. I jumped into my car and started the engine. The headlights cut through the fog again, and I sped back toward the road I came from. But after 5 minutes of driving, the road never ended. Just trees, darkness, and more empty road. No highway, no exit, nothing. Then suddenly, my GPS turned back on. The screen flickered once, and the map reappeared, but the location marker wasn't on the highway anymore. It was inside a blank space on the map, a place with no roads, no towns, no names, just one label, Ashwood. I drove for almost 20 minutes before I finally saw the highway again. I didn't stop. I didn't slow down. I just kept driving until the town disappeared in my rearview mirror. Eventually, I reached a gas station and asked the clerk about Ashwood. He looked confused, said he'd never heard of it. So I searched online, maps, history, news archives, nothing. No town called Ashwood anywhere in the state. At least, not anymore, because after hours of digging, I finally found something.